when you saw them, how big were they? What color are they?
Now, just like, again, at the Ganymede conference, just like you see in Jurassic Park. That's very, very, very accurate.
Okay, good.
That's
That's
about how
good.
big they are. That's what they look like. Some have a little bit different coloration on some of the scaling, but basically that's it.
And,
Extremely intelligent. I mean, I would say an IQ somewhere around 800
wow. And where were they when you saw them?
at the Ganymede conference.
The Ganymede Conference, which is one of Jupiter's moons. And when were you there?
Uh, I think this was 4 years ago or something now.
4
I'd
years
have
ago.
to go back to my notes. I don't remember.
That's incredible. Did you see anyone there that you knew that represents organizations on this planet?
Oh, yes.
Can you
Most of the
can you name them?
most of the alliance, yeah, Xi, Putin, Trump, you know, the big people on the in representing governments for the alliance.
So you really did see them physically?
Yes,
That's incredible. And you went
that's
up.
why when people say Trump doesn't know anything, he's a child. I'm like, no, that man's brilliant. That man he's playing you. He's playing a part in a movie. He's brilliant. Epstein, who's Epstein? I'm just laughing. He's playing it big time. He's making a Streisand effect. They're going to demand it to come out because I think he's on it. Yeah, sure enough. So I'm like, yeah, brilliant chess, 5D chess.
Yeah,
So
so fascinating.
he's really, really nice. He's very kind and very intelligent and very personable in public. I just, in passing, he said hi and shook my hand, and that was about it.
Mhm. And you got
That's
to the space station or spaceport or meeting place on an American military craft, right?
Space Force.
Yeah, Space Force craft, which is
Yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm so glad we're doing this because I've brought so many people on my channel that I know are telling the truth. One is currently active, JP. He's spoken at my last three conferences, I think. He
Oh, yeah.
goes on American military craft. He's Special Forces also. But anyway, okay, this is great. Anything else you want to tell us about that meeting on Ganymede?
Um, it was massive. It's dimensionally folded in space because the amount of beings there you couldn't put in there. So it's like, the when I saw the truck with the ICBMs in Hawaii driving into the crater wall, and it's longer than the width of the crater, and it didn't turn. It's like a TR3 inside. They can change the, bend in space and time, so to speak. They're bending the dimensions of space, so it's much bigger inside than possible because the amount of beings there are, it's a number I mean I couldn't even see. And again, it's, there's beings that go from anything to so small you can't see them to so massive that they have to be in a different area because they're so big. And then there's beings that are pure energy, and there's aquatic beings, and there's beings that breathe methane, and I mean just anything you can possibly imagine and then some. So I mean, it sounds insane, but there are beings that are like ascended or sentient quantum equations. Is the best I can do. Quantum calculus equations that speak in equations. And so you have to be able to know calculus to understand what they're saying, and it's just bizarre. And there's so many, you look at Navajo rugs, for example, you see those patterns on Navajo rugs?
Yes,
There's beings that look like those patterns that
um,
are pure energy, but that's what they look like.
I've seen them.
I think the Navajo are making those. I've heard that from a person that said, yeah, that's why they do that, because it's the star beings. They know them as the star beings, or
Yeah,
something along that line. The star people, and
yeah.
to them, they're people.
Yeah, and so often, like, we draw what we see and we create what we see and what we've seen.
Right.
And yeah, that's amazing.
And in along that, I wanted to comment is that for people that have young children, and they draw a picture of you from school. They come home and they're really proud, and they drew an outline of your outside of your body, and then they have green, purple, and red swirls and everything going way outside the outline of your body. Don't say that's not right. That is right. They're showing your entire energy field to you. Don't turn off their vision by saying, as an authority, that's not correct, because it'll shut it down. Let them keep their abilities. Just say, oh, that's beautiful. Can you explain? Do I always have it just like this? Or is that the way you remember me when you left for school in the morning? Or, could you explain it all to me, why you do it this way?
That's amazing. And so true, so true. Good advice. The meeting, this global gathering, did you see Elon Musk there as well? Jeff Bezos, people like that, that apparently also attended a certain meeting. Is that true?
They could have been there, but I didn't see. There's so many beings there and so many
Sure.
people there. Because it is a meeting for this solar system. Um, you had NAZIs there, fourth, fifth Reich types. You had everything there. You had the bad and the good. So
Had the
because
bad
yeah,
and the good. Okay, and what was the ultimate kind of dominating theme there? What was the absolute like reason?
yeah. So it's the Alliance of Worlds, and then the Guardian Alliance, and then the IFW, and then the Solar Warden program, and all of those, and then the military industrial, all coming together to explain the situation in this solar system and how it will be. Because solar word and all that at that time were locking it down, and they were not going to allow certain things anymore. So if certain things were to be coming in our system, they would be persona non grata. They'd be wiped out instantly. They had just finished cleaning out certain elements, and so they're explaining the situation for those that if you want, certain ones would be allowed, but they'd have to ask permission. They'd be escorted, and all of that, and watch very carefully, because a lot of groups go through, over 900 species go through the Mars colony in a month. So they go through for varieties of things. A lot of it is to get craft that have some kind of issue or problem, technical issue or something that's not working right, fixed. Because the technology of the human species is pretty much on par, and for a lot of species is beyond them now. And so they would come in and say, we want the update to this level, but we can't understand what you're doing now, so we don't know how to use that. If you'll teach us the one just above this level, next time we come through, we'll study that, we'll get that one, So upgrading their craft and those things, and getting their craft fixed, and getting supplies